Good morning, all. Happy Sunday. It is the first Sunday of Lent when I am recording this video. Can't believe it's Lent already. We're more than halfway through Fiat 90 for those of you who started January 1st this year. It's been a beautiful first half, and I can't wait to see what the second half brings and how much growth and how much healing this remaining time leading up to Easter brings, and preparing our hearts and our souls for Christ's death and resurrection. So, as we finish up Esther this week, I was struggling to figure out, how do I reflect on this book differently than how it's portrayed essentially in every movie, in every storybook. And it came to me this morning that Esther answered a call of God. And I can't help but put myself in her shoes. And we talked about it a little bit last week of how she explained to the Lord that she has not been happy the minute she stepped foot into the palace. But she continued to say yes to God. She was still in the palace. She endured 10 months to a year of all of these beauty treatments and all of these trainings and sessions on how to become the queen. And she continued to say yes, even though during this whole time she has not experienced happiness. And I just can't help but think how God has put a call on our life, and how oftentimes that call can feel burdensome, and how much sometimes we just want to give up because it just is easier. And how much really the evil one gets into our heads and says, what you're doing is really not worth it. What you're doing is not really making a difference. But it's the exact opposite. That's why Satan feels the need to speak that doubt into our lives, is that the difference we make on this world is so much more than you will ever imagine, based on the aspect that God created you to be here. He created me to be here. He created all of us to be here for a reason. This world would be a different place if one of us was not here. So it just is interesting to me throughout this story of Esther. I've kind of seen it in a different light of she had no happiness being in that palace, but she continued to say yes. And then came the day where she had to trust God with her life and go before the king and ask the king to be merciful, to not to kill her for going into his throne room without being called, and ask him to dinner, to then request him to save her people, who his first right-hand man was wanting to kill. So it's just, we don't know the plan. We don't know the outcome that the Lord has on our life, or on the call that we feel in our hearts. We feel it's too heavy, it's too burdensome. it's meant to be there. And I often say that the more burdensome the call is, the greater it's going to be. And it can be debilitating some days. It can be paralyzing, based out of fear, based out of the doubt that, is this going to work? Sometimes you have to put maybe not your life on the line, but your finances on the line, the priorities that you make. Maybe you have to cut out certain things in your life, creating a balance of between family life and business life and how that looks. But the call is there, and God gave us that call for a reason. And if He's given us the call, He's going to give us the graces to persevere and to succeed. We just have to trust in Him and turn to Him in doubt, and turn to Him in those moments when we don't know if we can go further. And that's why our faith is beautiful, because He doesn't expect us to handle everything. He doesn't expect us to be perfect. He doesn't expect us to know everything. He wants us to trust Him and to know that He wants to do good things in our lives. I hope you have a great day, and I'm praying for each of you. And I know sometimes to get to the good things that God wants for us, we have to go through a lot of pain and a lot of hurt. So I'm praying for each of you for perseverance, for strength, and for healing. So thank you for being here. I hope you guys all have a great day.